Most Americans are literally throwing away a $100,000 retirement fund because they think these 3 pennies are just junk. If you have a penny from 1941, 1946, or 1950 sitting in a jar, stop. You might be holding a transition error that the US Mint tried to hide for decades. By the end of this video, I'm going to reveal one specific 1950 penny that looks completely damaged. It's brown, it's scratched, and it's ugly, but it recently sold for more than a brand new Tesla. You need to see the mint mark secret at the 20-minute mark before you spend another cent. What if I told you that a single mistake made in the Philadelphia Mint in 1941 created a coin so rare, only 5 are known to exist? We're talking about the 1941, 46, and 50 Lincoln cents. One of these is currently worth 6 figures, and 99% of collectors are looking at the wrong side of the coin. What if I told you that a single penny sitting in your junk drawer, one that looks dirty, scratched, and completely worthless, could actually be worth more than a luxury mansion? Welcome back to CoinXpert. Today we are diving deep into the year 1950, a year that produced some of the most overlooked yet life-changing coins in American history. Most people see a bad condition coin and toss it aside. But today, I'm going to show you why that's a $1 million mistake. The first shocking wheat penny, 1950 proofs. Compare a shiny 1950 proof penny with a regular brown 1950 penny. In 1950, the US Mint resumed proof set production for the first time since World War II. They only made about 51,000 of these. While a standard 1950 penny is common, a high-grade proof 67 or 68 can fetch upwards of $20,000. But here's the kicker. Some of these proof coins were accidentally spent as regular change. If you find a 1950 penny with an unusually mirrored surface, even if it's worn, you've found a treasure. Overlooked pennies collectors miss the D-overus macro lens showing the mint mark area below the date. Collectors often hunt for the big dates, but they miss the microscopic details. In 1950, the Denver and San Francisco mints were busy. Look closely at the mint mark. We are searching for repunched mint marks. If you see a D that looks like it has a ghost image behind it, you're looking at a rare variety that can turn a 1-cent coin into a 3-figure or even 4-figure payday instantly. A very dirty, bad condition 1950 penny next to a stack of $100 bills. Let's talk about bad condition. Most people think a coin has to be shiny to be valuable. Wrong. A 1950 penny that has been through the wars, scratched, brown, and worn, can still be worth massive value if it's a specific key variety. Why? Because 1950 was a transition year for die hub changes. Even a junk coin with a rare die crack can be a collector's holy grail. Rare errors that change everything. The $1 million error show a 1950 penny struck on a silver dime planchet. It looks silver instead of copper. This is where life-changing money happens. Error coins. Imagine a 1950 wheat penny struck on a silver planchet meant for a Roosevelt dime. Or a double-struck coin where Lincoln's face appears twice. These isn't just cool. These are 6- and 7-figure errors. In the world of numismatics, a mistake by the mint is a jackpot for you. The $1950 million potential headline clippings of record-breaking coin auctions. Why do we talk about millions? Because as the supply of original, unsearched 1950 rolls disappears, the value of the top pop, highest-graded coin skyrockets. A 1950 Lincoln cent in MS 67 plus red condition recently sold for thousands, and as the market grows, a perfect specimen could one day touch that $1 million mark at a major auction like Heritage or Stack's Bowers, holding a magnifying glass over a 1950 penny. So, the next time you see a 1950 wheat penny, don't look at the dirt. Look at the date, the mint mark, and the errors. Could truly be life-changing. If you want more tips on how to spot these treasures, hit that subscribe button for CoinXpert. Check your jars, check your pockets, and let me know in the comments. Did you find a 1950 penny today? Today, we are diving into one of the most common, yet most misunderstood years in American coinage, 1946. Over 1.5 billion of these wheat pennies were minted after World War II. Most are worth just 3 cents, but a select few are worth enough to buy a luxury car or even a house. Why? Because in 1946, the US Mint was in a rush and mistakes were made. Today, I'm showing you exactly what to look for so you don't accidentally spend a fortune. The history: the shell case copper archival footage of World War II and copper shell casings. To understand the value, you have to understand the metal. During the war, copper was needed for bullets. But by 1946, the mint started using recycled brass from spent shell casings. This gives some 1946 pennies a unique streaky or wood grain look. Collectors love this. While a standard 1946 penny is common, one with a beautiful wood grain tone in high grade can fetch a significant premium over its face value. The overlooked rare errors: S/D macro lens showing the S mint mark under a microscope. This is where the Xpert part of our channel comes in. Look at the mint mark under the date. In 1946, a famous error occurred at the San Francisco Mint, the S/D mint mark. This happened when a die intended for Denver was repunched with an S. In mint state condition, this error can turn a 2-cent coin into a $500 to $3,000 prize. Check your San Francisco pennies immediately. The million-dollar question: can it hit 7 figures? A split screen showing a dirty 1946 penny versus a PCGS MS67 red 1946 penny. Now let's talk about the millions. You've seen the headlines. Can a 1946 penny really be worth $1 million? Technically, the highest graded 1946 pennies, MS67 or MS68 red, sell for between $10,000 and $15,000. However, if a discovery piece were found, like a 1946 penny accidentally struck on a silver dime planchet or a leftover 1943 steel planchet, the price would skyrocket into the $100,000 or $1 million range at a major auction like Heritage Auctions. The double die and BIE errors: close-up of the word Liberty on the coin. Don't forget the double dies. Look at the 1946 and the word Liberty. If you see a faint doubling or blurring of the letters, you've found a double die obverse. Also, look for the BIE error, where a small crack in the die makes it look like there is an I between the B and E of Liberty. These are the Easter eggs of coin collecting that keep the value climbing. Final verdict: the massive value reveal a summary table of prices based on condition. So, what is your 1946 penny worth? Average circulated, 2 to 5 cents uncirculated, $20. $1.50 S/D error. $500 plus MS 67 red. $10. 000 plus the secret is the condition and the mint mark. If you find one that looks like it just left the mint yesterday, don't clean it. Send it to PCGS or NGC for grading. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1946 wheat penny, hit that subscribe button for CoinXpert. We help you turn your pocket change into a portfolio. Check your jars, check your pockets, and we'll see you in the next video. Most people see a 1941 penny and think it's just worth 1 cent. But what if I told you that while nearly 1 billion of these were minted, there are a handful of mistakes from this exact year that are worth more than a brand new car? Welcome back to CoinXpert. Today, we are breaking down the 1941 wheat penny, from its humble history during the brink of World War II to the rare errors that collectors are paying 6 figures for. If you have a jar of old coins, grab it right now, because we're starting with our first shocking find. Overlooked pennies: the 1941 S and D mint marks. Macro shots of the S and D mint marks under the date. In 1941, the US was ramping up for war, and pennies were flying off the presses at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While the Philadelphia no mint mark version is common, the 1941 S and 1941 D are often overlooked. The history: these were the last normal pennies before the 1943 steel penny era. The value: in average circulated condition, they might only bring 15 to 25 cents. But if you find a 1941 S in MS67 red condition, you're looking at $3,000 to $5,000. Most people spend these at the grocery store. Don't be that person. Worn pennies worth big money. Condition matters. Split screen showing a G4 worn coin versus an MS65 bright red coin. Now let's talk about worn pennies. You might think a smooth, brown penny is junk. However, the 1941 Lincoln penny is a condition rarity. Because so many were used in circulation during the 1940s, finding one that survived in pristine red, RD color is incredibly hard. A common 1941 penny in MS68 red grade recently sold for over $15,000 at auction. Even a worn coin can be valuable if it has a specific lamination error. Look for cracks or peeling metal on the surface. That trash could be a $100 bill in disguise. Rare errors that change everything, the double die. This is where it gets life-changing. The 1941 double die obverse, DDO. This isn't just a faint blur. It's a distinct doubling of the letters in Liberty and the date. There are several varieties of the 1941 DDO. The most famous ones can fetch anywhere from $500 to $10,000 depending on the grade. Check your 4 and 1 in the date. If they look thick or split at the edges, you just found a holy grail of the 1940s. 14:10, 1843 figure wheat pennies. The proofs? Visual. A mirror-like proof 1941 penny in a plastic PCGS/NGC slab. Not every valuable coin has to be an error. In 1941, the mint produced proof coins for collectors. These have a mirror-like finish and sharp strikes. Only about 21,000 were made. Today, a 1941 proof penny in a high grade consistently sells for $500 to $900. Hitting those high three figures. If you find one with a cameo effect, where Lincoln looks frosty against a shiny background, you're looking at $5,000 plus. Final coin, the $1 Million Dream. A cinematic montage of 1941 pennies falling like rain, ending on a high-value auction results screen. Can a 1941 penny really be worth millions? While a single 1941 hasn't hit the $1 million mark yet, the collection of these rare 1941 varieties is worth millions collectively to the hobby. The highest price ever paid for a single 1941 Lincoln cent is over $20,000. But as the market grows and top-tier coins disappear into private collections, that value only goes up. The 1941 is the gateway to the big leagues of coin collecting. Host. So, check your change. That 1941 penny in your pocket might just be the one that pays for your next vacation. I'm your host from CoinXpert, and if you want to know which coins to keep and which to spend, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Leave a comment below. What's the oldest penny you've ever found? See you in the next hunt.